Hi everyone, welcome to Joy Junktique. I'm Rhonda and I am so glad you're here. Today's kind of a rainy, dreary day, but I hope that if you're having a dreary day for whatever reason, whether it's rain or just life itself, I hope that this will brighten your day. What I have to show you today is my design team project for SamPooleDesigns, and I really enjoyed making this project. I do all of them. So I knew I wanted to do something with Sam's kit called La Patisserie. And it's more of like a pastry shop type thing, but there's also a lot of chocolate elements in it. So I've had this Valentine heart box, and I had found it a long time ago, just cast aside somewhere. And I just loved it because it had all of the shabbiness and the lace. It even has a few little chocolate stains here and there. So somebody really enjoyed this box of chocolates. But it's seen better days, but I just loved the fact that it was just a memory and something from the past. So I just thought that I would use this box and create something with that kit that would be fun and be sweet for Valentine's Day. So I also had this fabric that I just ripped up to make little ribbon pieces, and to me it looks just like chocolate. So kind of going with a chocolate theme here, but I had a lot of fun, and I even made some little fake chocolates to go in my little box here. And there's several videos on that. I had never done it before, but you just use the plaster of Paris and a little paint with some molds, and they turned out super cute. So I'll just open the box, and it's a little bit full because I got the journal a little bit big, but it was still fun to tie it up inside this box. So I'm just going to untie the little ribbon here, and I decorated the box. So all of this was here, but the top was missing. A lot of the other stuff had already fallen off. So I just added a few doilies and a real crocheted little doily here, and just layered up and used one of the images from the kit. Here's some corrugated cardboard. This is just the little crepe paper that I gathered up and sewed, and then just some little sparkly tulle. So here's just a couple of little tags from the kit, and I put them on with a little bulb pin. So that made a pretty topper to the box. So here is inside the box, and I just had these little roses that I had cut off of a little dress. And I also have little dies and stamps to make all these little candies. So I just had fun making those and decorating them. So here's the little journal, and it got a little bit stuffed, but it was fun making it. So this is an image from the kit, and I just printed it on fabric and backed it with a piece of cardstock, and I'll show you that when I open it up. Here's some more of that chocolate ribbon. It just looks like chocolate syrup to me. And then a little die cut that I used one of Sam's stamps on, and a little tag that I had coffee dyed and just layered up. A little piece of candy that I had decorated, and one of her stamps, and the heart I cut from this image I had printed on another piece. So just the tiniest little piece of lace and a rusty staple. And then this is a doily, just a little delicate little doily, and it actually had a few stains, but I thought that was perfect because, you know, looked like chocolate stains. So on the side here, I just had a little piece that I had cut off of a little skirt that had some tulle, and it was where it was sewn onto the skirt. So I just cut both sides of that, and there we go. We have a little froofy ruffle. And here's some more of that little sparkly tulle. And then this is just some lace that I thought looked really pretty with it. So I used that throughout in different places. So as we open it, Here's another image from the kit, and I loved this one. It was so pretty. And then this was just some washi tape that I had that I thought went well. And so this is a flip up, and that just reveals that coffee dyed cardstock that I used as the backer. I had sewn it, and it wasn't perfect. My sewing machine kind of messed up a little bit, but I still liked how it turned out. And then this was a silicone mold that you use to bake with. And whenever I coffee dyed, I just laid it over the top, and it made these cute little heart designs on it. So I thought that would be perfect for this one. So most of the images in here are from the La Patisserie kit, and there was a lot to work with in there. So it was fun just mixing and matching and using it throughout. So I love this. Looks like fabric. Very pretty. As you turn the page, I used one of my die cuts with this sparkly cardstock, scrapbook cardstock. And then this was an image from the kit. So I just flipped it up too, and there reveals some little hidden chocolates. And then this, I have a roll of this, and it is tracing cloth, but it already had the polka dots on it. So I just printed on it like I do on fabric, and I printed this rose image from one of the pages, and I loved it. I added some lace to the side that I had gathered. I thought it turned out pretty. And then this is on cardstock, but it's one of the pages from the kit, and it's one of my favorites. And then I have these die cuts that make it like hinges. So I just added those to there in the dark brown. This page is the page that I used for the front cover, except I printed it on the back of this cardstock. And then I added one of my stamp images. Just kind of looks like a doily and has little heart shapes in it. So I thought that would be pretty there. And then here is a tag. I love, love, love this one. It's so pretty. And then I added that same little lace right here with a little tuck spot. Here's a doily, and I added one of the photos from the kit. And I'm sorry for the shadows. And there's another one on the back. And here's another page. And I just took and attached this little piece that was left over from one of the sheets, and I just did a flip out on that. So I like how that turned out. I really love this, the little menu. Here's a doily that I had waxed a while back and just thought I'd stick that in there. This was printed on the tracing paper, and it looks really pretty because you can see the next page through it. Here's just an old book page, and there's another photo from the kit. And this one was from, I believe, the Vintage Doily kit, and I loved it because it had the same colors in it. And so I took one of Sam's dies, and I cut it out. And little did I realize that it would cut the whole thing out, and so I had this big flower hole here. So I just kind of reattached the little piece that actually cut out and just glued it back in there so that you would have the pretty little rose in there. On the back here, I have a piece of my embossed paper that I made with the toilet paper, and I have a video coming up to show how I did that. But it's also got some pink tissue paper in there, so it gives that little pink color to it. And then here I just have, this is actually from one of her other kits with some of the documents, and I'll try to link all the kits I used below. So that's there folded up, and then this is just an inventory record book, so it was a pretty pink page that I could slide in there too. So here is a page that has the chocolates on it. That kind of inspired my whole project. Here's another one of Sam's stamps. I have a lot of her stamp kits, and they're so cute. But I've never used this one before, so this was the perfect project to try it out. And I just did it on a little bag. And then inside, I had these little wooden chalkboard hearts. So I just cut out one of the images and put that down in that little pocket. And it also flips out. And here's another one of her stamps. This I had just a whole little notepad of these, and so I just threw one of those in there. Here is a doily, and behind it is a picture. And this is from one of her other kits too. So as you turn the page here, this actually is all attached. And here's a little tuck spot here. And I cut that out with one of my dies, my little just torn edge dies. Kind of makes it look like it's been torn. So then when this opens, this was just some tissue paper I had. I open it up, and here's a pretty tag. And I just took one of my punches and stamped out this image. And there's a button behind there, so I glued that on top to kind of raise it from the card. I stapled on some of this little shimmery tulle and added a little piece of fabric at the top. So this, I just added a piece of parchment paper, and I had folded it up to make some pockets. There's a tiny little image from the kit that I used to die cut on. Here's one of her tags. And here is another tag. And inside here, I cut a heart just to put it in the bottom. So as you turn this side, I just added a coffee filter ruffle too and a photo. And then inside that little tuck is another tag. And this one I just backed with some of her, the backing background page. Here's another little tag that I used one of my little Magnolia doohickey dies on. Another piece of that lace. And a little die cut I had, the little bunting die with hearts. I added a little eyelet here so that on this side I could add this little tag that I stamped with some more of her stamps. And then here is just a little bag, the bottom of a bag that I embellished a little bit. And so I added some Velcro to hold it down. And then it opens. And then inside is these little, some more of those little candies that I decorated. There's some cute little candies in there. On this side is another piece of my embossed toilet paper with the little tissue paper added on the top. And this is a piece from A Trace of Sparkle, one of her kits I had bought that she had colored and stenciled on. So here's another little piece of that embossed toilet paper that I die cut. And here's another piece from the kit. Here's just a book page with some recipes of little bonbons. And I really think this is Italian. I'm not real good on my languages, but I think this is Italian. And here I just wanted to kind of incorporate little cupcake liners because I thought it would be really cute with the bacon and the chocolate theme. So I had another piece of this cardstock left, and I used a die cut on it so I could just kind of sprinkle these little pieces through the book too. And I used one of Sam's Doily dies here, and then this just flips up so that you have a little secret writing place there. But I thought that was sweet. And then this is just some more little chocolates tucked into the corner. And here's one of the images, and I just overlaid it with lace and some little trim. And there she is, eating her little pastry. And we always tend to hide when we eat our pastries. So I just put a little lace over her. And then here's just a doily. This was a page from that same Italian cookbook, showing some pastries. And then here I have had a whole box of these napkins, and they have the little doily wrapped around them, so pretty. And so I thought I would just slip one in here. So I die cut this and added it here. And then as this opens up, I have this that you could use as a bookmark. And then here I stamped the napkin with some of Sam's stamps. And I just thought that turned out so pretty. So that'll be just inserted into the book. Kind of looks like what you would be handed at a really pretty restaurant or pastry shop, huh? So here's the back side of that cookbook page. Another doily. Here I have this little die cut that makes like a little tiny heart box or a heart basket. And so I cut it out with one of the pages and put some little twine through the hole. And it just kind of opens up like that. So you could hide you some little chocolates in there. I'll put one in there. I'll go ahead and put two in there. So there we go. And I added a little heart here too. But it just folds up flat and ties. And then as we turn the page, this is a little thing that slips over the top of the page. I just kind of took a photo from the kit in different pieces and covered it, stapled it at the top with an old rusty staple, and added some more of that little embossed paper. And it just slips right over like that. So as we turn the page, under here was just, I forgot to show you, under here is just some coffee dyed paper that I had added some cinnamon to with one of my patterns, the lace patterns. So here's the back side of that recipe page, more bonbons. And here's the other side of that paper I'd gotten from a Trace of Sparkle. So pretty. It has a little shimmer to it. And then here's just another piece of cardstock. Actually, I didn't show you that either, did I? So this actually is from one of her Christmas kits, and one of the backing pages, I'll try to find all those and link them below. But so this is just the other side of that striped paper, and I did it on cardstock. But here's a little bit of trim, and it's called like chocolate lace, so of course I had to use it in here. And all the little laces that I used reminded me of this, so that's why I used the laces that I did. And then here I just made a little stamp out of the little strawberry images and used one of my other stamp kits that I have that made like the little canceled stamp. So there's that. Room for journaling, and a lot of places in here to add whatever you want. And then here's the other side of that parchment paper. I added just one of the little pieces left from the kit and another tag. I used another one of those torn paper die cuts and just added the photo. And then here's that lady again, and another little piece that I had die cut. And so on this side I just have another piece from the kit that I cut and flipped it out. I added one of Sam's stamps here. Here's a little leftover piece I thought was pretty, so I just made a tuck out of it with this photo. And then here is the back side of that baking list, and another chocolate. This was just one of my stamps that I've had for years. And here's another tag. This is a pretty page too. This was just a heart little gift goodie bag, and I embossed it and just made a little flip up with it. And I added one of the images that I used my punch on. There's another little piece of that lace. And then inside the little baggie are these stamps, which is another one of those little cupcake stamps and a heart stamp. And I did them on the coffee dyed cardstock that I had sprinkled with cinnamon. So those are just 2 little extras. Here's the back side of the Doily page. I added a little bit of lace here, just to kind of cover where I folded over that bag. There's another little piece of the page. Back side of the tracing paper. I just love how this turns out on there. It's so pretty. And here's the other side of that waxed Doily. This is one of the pages, and I just folded over the extra here and made a little tuck so that I can put this little tag in there. Here's the back side of that other Doily. Put that little lady there. And here I just used one of my stencils and just my ink and just stenciled that on there real lightly. And then this, I had so much fun making this. I saw Kate from Pixie K Designs, watched her video on this, and I'll link that below too. But she made these cute little cards that you hand sew with the lace. And so I just took one of Sam's postcard images from the kit, and so I just made one with all the different little tulle and lace and pretties there. So lots of fun. So thank you, Kate, for the inspiration. And then here's another little tiny heart, that same cardstock, one of Sam's stamps, and then an image from the kit that I just put on this little piece of striped paper I had left. And this pocket was just a die cut, so I glued it to the page to give me a little tuck spot there. Here's the other side of that tracing cloth that I printed on. Another little die cut of one of the images. Another one of Sam's stamps. And in the back, so I have this little coin envelope, and I just covered it with some of the pages and the images. Did a little die cut and some lace and my little punch for this. And then it flips up, and there's just some embossed tissue paper there and some lace. And so you can tuck whatever in that little spot. And then I had a little fold over here on the corner of that Doily, so the corner of this can just tuck in there and not be flapping. And there's the back again. So that's my design team project for Sam Poole. And it was a lot of fun. So I hope you enjoyed this. Go to Sam's Etsy shop and you can find all these digitals that I'll link below. I hope y'all have a wonderful day, and thank you for being here with me today. Feel my hugs, and I will see you next time. God bless.